Hawks win, and goals aplenty game. Wakey, wakey, goals aplenty is the game of the day. At 11:30 this morning, Hawks came to play, and usually in the morning games, the Hawks suck. Well, they beat the Washington Capitals 8-5 in yet another great fashion, being the fact that they beat a slumping team in the Capitals and the Hawks in their long losing streak. Good thing for the Hawks. And was a big game for the player I chosen, my pick to click, in Jonathan Toews. Patrick Kane had another big game of the season. It was just a big game all around for Hawks players. Delia actually played a solid game in net today, but he did allow him 5 goals. The first 2 goals were really his fault, and the other goals were just pure snipes. But honestly, if you didn't watch this game, you missed a good game. Hawks advanced their record from 16 wins to 17 wins. They now have is 17, 24, and 9. The Capitals fall to 27, 16, and 5 on their season. The Capitals are on a schneid, and a big one. And for instance, this game had a lot of goals to go over, and a lot by the stars of the Hawks. And let's get this thing going for the goals. At 6:36 in the first period, scored by number 20, Brandon Saad, his 15th goal of the season, assisted by David Camp. This goal was a great one to start a game. Sauter got the puck from Camp. Camp fed it up to Saad. Saad takes it up, dangles his way around the Capitals defenseman, and shoots it past Braden Holtby. And it was a nice one, because you know how I say that Saad reminds me a lot of Marian Hossa on some of the goals that he scored? Well, that was a Marian Hossa type goal. You can't go wrong with a Saad goal like that. And now a minute later, at 7:56 in the first period, scored by number 88, Patrick Kane, his 28th goal of the season, first of the game, assisted by Toews and Seabrook. And Hawks take the lead 2-0 over the Capitals. It was a nice goal too, because the Capitals just gave Patrick Kane enough space to get around, open it up, shoot it past Braden Holtby, and the Hawks have a 2-0 lead over the Capitals after about 8 minutes into the game. But at 14:25 in the first period, Brooke Orpik scores his 2nd goal of the season, assisted by Conley and Ehler. This goal was a bad goal. It was one of those cheap goals that usually never go in. It went right under Delia's blocker side and went past him, and Delia allowed in a cheap goal. But to get that goal back, at 14:53 in the first period, basically a few seconds after the Capitals made it a 1-goal game, Jonathan Toews scores his 19th goal of the season, first of the game, and it was unassisted because the puck was thrown into the net by a Washington Capitals player. I'm blanking on the name right now who did it. Oh, it's Dmitry Orlov threw the puck into the net, and Toews got the goal unassisted, and for his first goal of the game, 19th of the season. So, at the end of one period, the Hawks lead 3-1 over the Washington Capitals. Good period, good start. They woke up to play hockey. And that's what you need to see out of the Hawks. So, let's go to the second period. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second period, number 12, Alex DeBrincat, scores his 25th goal of the season, assisted by Strome and Keith to make it 4-1 Blackhawks over the Washington Capitals. Another great goal by the Cat, and he makes it his 25th of the season. He's on pace to having a 40-goal season, in my opinion. He can do it. There's enough games where he can do it. Maybe 35 at most, at least. But the next goal was scored by the Washington Capitals in the second period at 15:24 in the second. Scored by Dmitry Orlov, his third goal of the season, assisted by Niskanen and screw that. Some Russian name I can't pronounce. Well, Orlov got a goal back for the idiot move that he did by throwing the puck past Holtby from the Tays goal. By the way, when Alex DeBrincat scored his goal, he ended up getting Holtby out of the game. Hawks. So at the end of 2 periods, the Hawks have a lead of 4-2 going into the third period. Good. They kept it going, and now we go to the third. At 3 minutes and 9 seconds into the third period, scored by the Washington Capitals, John Carlson, his 7th goal of the season, first goal of the game, assisted by Orlov and Oshie to make it a 4-3 game. This was when I started worrying, because Hawks do tend to not play after they have a sizable lead going into a third period. But at 3:45 in the third period, on the power play, scored by number 88, his second goal of the game, 29th of the season, Patrick Kane gets it, 5-3 Hawks lead over the Washington Capitals, assisted by Tays and Strome to make it 5-3 after 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the third period. And that was yet another power play goal by the hottest power play in the NHL at this moment. Tays got another point, Kane got another point, and that is not over yet. At 7:20 in the third period, scored by number 19, your captain, his 20th goal of the season, Jonathan Tays, his second goal of the game, to make it a 6-3 game over the Washington Capitals, assisted by Kane and Dahlstrom. More points put up by Kane and Tays in this goal, and yet it was another nice goal because Kane fed it up from the defensive zone, got it up to Tays' stick, and Tays just basically easily shot it into the goal, and Hawks lead 6-3. But at 10:38 in the third period, scored by the Washington Capitals, John Carlson, his second goal of the game, 8th of the season, assisted by Backstrom and Oshie to make it 6-4. This was yet another blast from the blue line, and the Capitals make it a 2-goal game again. But at 13:55 in the third period, the Washington Capitals strike again, 6-5 now. goal scored by Matt Niskanen, his 6th of the season, assisted by Boyd and I'm not saying it. Sorry. Burmese. I can't pronounce it. Sorry about that. So now it's a 1-goal game. Scary, right? Because the Hawks are basically choking it away. Nope. At 14:57 in the 3rd period, scored by your captain for the hat trick. Jonathan Toews scores his 21st goal of the season, assisted by Patrick Kane. Kane got his 40th assist on the season on this goal, and this goal was a highlight reel goal to remember for Toews. He dangled his way around Dmitry Orlov and got it around. Easy shot and in. Hawks have a hat trick on the board by Jonathan Toews, and Hawks lead 7-5. So at 18:11 in the 3rd period, on the empty net, scored by Dylan Strome to make it his 11th goal of the season, assisted by DeBrincat and Kane to make it the final score of 8-5 over the Washington Capitals. Hawks win by a goal from Strome, and yet another point by Kane. That is 5 points by Kane, 5 points by Toews. So good game all around by the Stars, right? So let's go to the Blackhawks stats for this game for who had some big point production. DeBrincat only had 2 points. He had a goal, assist, and for 2 points. Dylan Strome had 3 points on the game, a goal, 2 assists for a total of 3. Toews with the hat trick and 2 assists for 5 points. Saad with 1 goal. Patrick Kane, 2 goals, 3 assists for a total of 5 points. David Camp had a point. Good for Camper. For the Blue Liners, for the Hawks, Keith had a point for being an assist. Seabrook had an assist. Dahlstrom had an assist. And Delia faced 34 shots, made 29 saves. Pretty good numbers, but not solid in net. But he actually played a great game, and he had a highlight reel save to remember for him on Headhunter. Yes, you know who I'm talking about when I say Headhunter. Honestly, what a game. 8-5 over the Washington Capitals. It was the Hawks woke up for plenty of goals. I love it. There was a hat trick. I honestly thought Kane could have got a hat trick as well. It was a game to have for fun for the Hawks because they have not been having that lately. Being the last place team in the NHL, getting a big win over the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Washington Capitals. It's good to see. 3 stars of the game. I will say this is well deserved. First star of the game by the Blackhawks, your captain, number 19, Jonathan Toews. And the second star of the game for the Blackhawks, number 88, Patrick Kane. And by the Washington Capitals, number 74, John Carlson with 2 goals. And the Hawks had 2 of the 3 stars of the night. Good for the Hawks because Kane and Toews both put up a total of 10 points together because they had 5 points each, 10 points in total. Good game for the Hawks. They managed to chase Braden Holtby out of net. Always nice to see you chasing one of the star goalies of the NHL out of the net for a game. And honestly, what a game. It was a fun one to watch. fun one to celebrate and fun one to wake up to if you were just waking up to watch a hockey game. And that's why this title to this review is called Wakey Wakey Goals Aplenty, because there were a total of 13 goals today, so goals were given a lot. And honestly, what a game. It was just one of those games to have for excitement when we all know the Blackhawks season's basically over by the factor they are dead last in the NHL. But honestly, who cares? The Hawks had a big game. With how the season's gone, whenever we have a big game, it's fun to celebrate it a little bit. So, Hawks win 8-5 over the Washington Capitals. Always is great seeing that, especially if Headhunter is off the score sheet. So, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I know you enjoyed the outcome. Hawks win 8-5 over the Washington Capitals. And most of all, let's go Hawks.